Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right. Given, I think, it's going to be summer, some of the business owners of UAE and all that are taking a holiday. So I spoke to one the other day. Today I spoke to two. And obviously I asked them questions about how is UAE, how is Dubai, what's happening. And this is what I thought I'd share with you. The first thing all of them said is it has become bloody expensive in terms of inflation, which is there everywhere. But since we are focusing on Dubai or UAE, I thought let's focus there. They said it's become really expensive. In fact, the right term that was used was the good old days don't exist anymore. The good old days where you could make money, that's gone. Today, if you're bidding for a project, you even have to ask yourself, am I going to make any money on this? It is that tough. The second one I asked them is, these big announcements in the paper, so many, they are going to cancel this extra cost. They're going to give them extensions. They're going to help support the business. All these visas, all the positive news that they were giving, that they're going to inject so much of billions and trillions. And so I asked them how much of it is true. All the businessmen, they said, Loy, I do not know who is getting the benefit. I did not get any. And it's not benefiting my business. In fact, all these business owner friends of mine, they said we are finding it a major headache because now they made it mandatory to have locals, Emirati locals. He's saying it's so hard to maintain them. One of them said, I have this guy, he never does any work, comes to the office, when he likes, checks in, goes. And with him, I have to give the salary on time or he'll make some big hala gula for me. So I said, well, what to do? He's saying if I have to get an educated guy, I have to pay him maybe 5, 6, maybe 10 people's salary. So I've got one slightly dumb guy. He doesn't have to do anything. Just come, show his face, and month end, take his salary. He's happy, we are happy. But the problem is that itself is an added cost. Then I also asked them about jobs and candidates. This is where it gets a little tricky. With regards to jobs, plenty of new vacancies, plenty of new jobs, all that is there. But the question is filling the job with the right candidates. And what he told me is, he's saying all the garbage, his exact words are all the garbage from, I guess, because majority are Indians. Because the highest population, second highest in the world is Indians. Saying all the garbage from India apparently has come down. He's an Indian, by the way, before you jump on the racist card. He's saying, what nonsense they write in their CV. So I chimed in. I said, God's gift to mankind, right? They're as perfect as Elon Musk. He said, Loy, forget Elon Musk. I sometimes feel he can be my father. He's saying, hardworking, visionary, dedicated, committed. Oh, leadership, this and that. He's saying all bombastic words. And the job profile, oh, he says, hey, what he told me is, when I read all this, I feel, oh, this is the ideal candidate. It is like searching for a marriage partner. And the only person who applies to you and says, you want to marry you, when you read their profile, you think, like, wow, this is God's gift to mankind. He's saying, and even at the interview, very nice answers, very good answers. But then once you start making them work, he's saying, you begin to ask them, who made your CV? Loy Machedo? So, he's saying, sometimes I even ask them, who did you copy your CV from? Why you're writing all the stuff you don't know? No, no, sir, I know. Yeah, but you should do it with speed, accuracy, and with expertise. But you're average. Then they are stumped. Then on the other hand, he said, you get these people, two categories. Either people are asking very high salaries. He's saying, when they ask me their salary, sometimes I ask them, are you having fever? You feeling okay? Or some, stone, some rock fell on your head before you came for the interview. And when see, when you're talking to a CEO of a company or owner or senior guy who has been in UAE for ages or the Middle East, and you are there and you're asking them a exorbitant salary, they'll obviously ask you, can you tell me why did you come to this figure? Because they have people in the same line of work. Let's say engineers. If all the engineers were getting, say, 10,000 and you're asking for 30,000 or 25,000, they'll ask you, can you justify why you're asking so much? And then when you probe further, it seems cost of living is very high. Oh, I checked on Google. Or my friend said, oh, I believe I'm worth. Then you should go to whichever company is offering you. So one is, people are offering very high salaries. So I asked him, nobody asks you low. He's saying low is also a problem. He's saying if someone asks me low because of desperation, I know for a fact after he joins, his first state of affairs, first thing that he'd want to do is start looking out for another job. His mind and heart will not be in the job. His mind and heart will be to search for another job. He's saying then I have a bigger headache because after he joins my company, for the 6 months or 1 year, I'll be training him on the job while he doesn't put his heart and soul, busy searching for another job. And after he gets another job, he will resign. And then I have to restart the whole process again. And he's saying, I don't understand how some of them ask so low salary. How will you pay the rent? How will you eat food? How will you sleep? So comedy, man. And then what else did he say? He was also saying that sometimes I search resumes and all that. He's saying, oh, you see one resume, it's like you saw all the resume, good templates. And you know for a fact, see, even decision makers know where you have downloaded a template from, or if you have done your CV by somebody else and it doesn't match you. They are not dumb, man. If you think you're smart, you think they are dumb? They are smarter than you, man. What to tell these people? So overall, finally, I asked him, okay, so what do you think is the future? He's saying the dynamics have changed completely for the market, and especially after COVID. Now the new generation that has come. And he also chimed in by saying that people who are in their 50s and all, if they lose their job, they are finished, who are in UAE. So people who are above 50 are holding on to their job with their very lives. I asked him, do you prefer old or young? He's saying old only and only if he's so good that I know for a fact if I pay him 10, every month I'll get 100 or 200. It's worth taking him. I don't have to train him. I don't have to supervise him. He's a reliable guy. He's saying, but to get that is like a diamond, getting a diamond in tons of glass pieces. His ideal candidate is young, hungry, 20-year-old, whatever, who will do the job of 4 people, work unending hours, and are desperate to prove themselves. So, and finally, I asked him how important it is, the CV. He says, I don't care about the design. I don't care all these bombastic words. I don't care all this nonsense because I know they've copy-pasted it. I'm looking at the content. And then thankfully, he told me, like the CVs you give me, where you focus on what matters to me, that's enough. All these other nonsense, personal details, hobbies, interest, this they got, this achievement, that accomplishment, all that, I don't care. So overall, this is what he said. So this is from the mouth of a businessman. And yes, he has said that UAE situation, yes, there are tourists, there are spenders, new projects, but for existing business people who are there, Life has become better than COVID when the lockdown was there, but very, very tough, especially with inflation. Very tough. Everything has risen. It's becoming very tough to manage. Very. In fact, he told me one last thing. He's saying, before, Loy, I live a simple life. Before, if I was spending 40,000 a month, today my bill, same thing I'm living. He's saying today it's almost 80. I don't even know what the hell is happening. So this is what he told me. So I don't know if anything added value. If it did, comment down below. Got any questions? Feel free. Who knows? If anything worthwhile, I'll share the questions with them and get you another video. Until then, do keep applying for the jobs which I advertised. But please, a little bit of common sense. And, you know, it's a free service. I just have to forward your CVs to these guys. But only the good ones, not the crappy ones. Alright? You guys take care. It's me signing off. Ciao.